Good morning, there, Mr. Peter. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Hinton. I'm doing wonderful, baby.
All righty, all righty. Well, good morning, everybody. We're gonna welcome you guys to this probably what we would define as our first episode of Let's Talk News in the morning. And we have in the studio this morning Mr. Peter Williams, a candidate for the 6th Congressional District, and with us. Peter has been on the ground listening to the concerns of Louisianans across the 6th District. And we're here to get his reactions on yesterday to Governor Edwards' endorsement of Cleo Fields for the 6th Congressional District. Peter, thank you for joining us this morning at such a short notice, my brother.
That's all right. Thank you for having me. And what the Bible says, instant in season, not a season. I got to be ready.
You got to be ready for that call.
Yes,
You know, I
sir.
was on that phone early this morning.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
That was all right.
And I know when you call it, it's important, and I made sure to avail myself to be ready for you.
Well, Peter, we really truly appreciate that. And for those candidates who are making themselves available, so that the public can get to know them, that's really important. You know what I mean? Because
Yes,
we
sir.
need to, yeah, because that's the only way we're going to know how to hold you accountable. Wouldn't you
Well,
agree?
that's my platform: accessibility, accountability, and truth.
Okay, I hear you. On yesterday, on Twitter and and probably in the Facebook world and on some of the news stations as well, there was this announcement that former Governor Edwards endorsed Cleo Fields. He praised his leadership and dedication to Louisiana. What sets you apart from Cleo Fields in terms of leadership and your vision for the state and specifically for the 6th congressional district?
I can sum it up in one word: integrity.
Uh-oh.
Uh, I say what I mean. I mean what I say. People who know me in the circuit for the last 40 years, how I've handled myself in business, how I've handled myself as a community advocate. I'm balanced. I'm not beholden to any powers but the Lord. And I'm not afraid to challenge whoever's in power for the benefit of the people. So that's the separation point.
All right, and again, we're not going to try to keep you that long. I'm
That's
gonna, I'm
okay.
gonna reach out to a couple other candidates as well. But here's another one for you. Governor Edwards highlighted how Senator Fields doesn't just talk about making a difference; he makes it happen. Can you share a few concrete examples, of the differences you've made in Louisiana and your area and what have you?
Most of my action, Mr. Hinton, is done on the ground. Uh,
Uh-huh.
the turning point in my advocacy work started after Katrina in
Mm-hmm.
2005, when I saw the travesty in New Orleans, and I really saw how the families, primarily black families across this state, have
Mm-hmm.
been marginalized and really isolated within their own self because of politicians who have separated us because of greed and need.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, the ag community know who I am, the forestry community, early child care with Head Start, those folks, our elderly all across the state, especially in the 6th district, know that I've been on the ground. Sin law in particular, a lot of families know the last 15 to 20 years how I was instrumental working with different things in sin law, but
Mm-hmm.
the recognition and the endorsements or even the flavor of being seen, I speak for themselves, and those who know me, they're going to support me and endorse me.
All right. Um, how with with this endorsement uh, from a well-respected figure like a two-term Governor Edwards, Cleo Fields is positioned as a strong candidate. How do you plan to connect with voters who might be swayed by the endorsement and highlight why you are a better choice for this 6th
Well,
congressional?
every endorsement has a reason, and just
Hmm.
like physics say, for every action there's a reaction.
Hmm.
Uh, let's go back to 2015
Yes, sir.
when the then governor was running for governor,
Hmm.
and the front runner was poised to win, which was a Republican, and disgruntled or even other Republicans joined with the Democrat to defeat the front runner. Okay,
Hmm.
that put in place uh, a new form of politics. I called it gumbo politics because it had a mixture of Democrats, Republicans, Independents,
Uh-huh.
all vying for things. So what that did, Mr. Hinton and the viewers, the black and white Democrats that was poised to get a piece of the pie, which was the state of Louisiana after this Democratic governor was to win, they went home with an empty plate because their piece of the pie had to be given to the Republicans who they cut the deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward into the second term, 2019. The candidate running in the 6th Congressional District was AWOL for 10, 15 years. Came back on the scene in 2019. The timing was perfect because the governor was running for a second term and he needed a lead horse because they had differences with the current District 14 Senate person, and that person became the front runner for that district. Fast forward to today, 2024, this endorsement is only political payback for a favor that was done for 2019 to get the other governor reelected. So I'm gonna do like Paul Harvey. Now you know the rest of the story. so the thing is, this endorsement is only one person. And if I ask the people in the state of Louisiana, where was this candidate prior to this election, they would tell you. Didn't even leave the bridge, didn't even cross, badly go around in District 14. So I'm not here to say what the candidate did and what he didn't do, but his actions speak for itself. And if I have to take a poll today, that's far from the truth, because getting it done is getting it done in person, not getting it done behind other people's names, not getting it done on Facebook, not getting it done on Twitter. If your record is that good, not only me, but anybody else, face the people, talk to the people, meet the people, so we can at least understand that, one, you're real and you're not doing AI. And I talked to a fellow the other day. This is not a coronation seat. Nobody was entitled to anything. But in politics, you help me, I help you. So all this endorsement is, Mr. Hinton, is a political favor from 2019 when they had the party buses, the big vans, the big trucks to get a second term. And this is only going to close the saga of the old governor and the old senator. So to answer your question directly, this endorsement, some endorsements move the needle positive, some move the needle negative. And if the people from District 6 or even across this state could look at the body of work for the 8 years that the other governor was in and the time that this current senator running for Congress is in, is your life better? Is your community better? Are things improved that the promises that was made kept? So all we have to go on is our record. And in District 6, we have no record. So you have to go on the person you see, the person you hear, the person you feel. They have to go on the instinct of knowing that, you know what, at least we saw them, at least we heard them, at least we touched them. Because if you don't see a person now, what's going to happen when they go to Washington, D.C.?
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question on that one.
Right. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. You answered the question.
All right, now.
All right. Endorsements are a big part of the political campaign. How important are endorsements in your campaign specifically, and what kind of supporters are you aiming to secure to strengthen your candidacy here?
I have a lot of the folks in the region of District 6 and across the state who I've always helped. A lot of them are nonprofits. A lot of them are from the agriculture and forestry communities. A lot of them have businesses that rely on USDA and federal programs and things. So their endorsements cannot really be public, and you know this. But at the same time, the real families that's suffering in different District 6, that ordinary family, small person, middle class, small business, those are the families that are looking forward to me becoming their congressman, because they know that I'm going to be there when they call, I'm going to be accessible, available, and I'm going to always tell them the truth. So endorsements is important. We feel we're going to have some endorsements down the line that's going to at least let communities know that we do have folks endorsing us. But just like this one endorsement that the candidate just got, I had a friend of mine laughing. He came and voted for him. So all this is an endorsement by name only. So so anyway, we plan to get some endorsements, but the most important endorsement is the the confidence of the people and what we're hearing on the ground. And I've worked in this community for so long, Mr. Hinton. I know those who are supporting us. Even in elections I ran in the past, I've garnered a lot of votes in this area, and they are resurfacing and they're assuring me. And everybody can't be wrong. But if you would have public opinion, why there's no polls? Why nobody coming up with a 6th congressional district poll to let people understand that, you know what, the numbers are not what people think, and endorsements are fine. We're going to seek some endorsements, not seek them. You know, when people come and tell us they want endorsements, we'll get letters of endorsements, and hopefully within the next 30 days, we can have some endorsements to share with your listening audience.
Oh, okay. Well, Peter, I definitely want to say thank you a whole lot for, for such a short notice and coming in and being with us this morning on our first episode of News Early in the Morning.
Come on, man.
And for sharing your thoughts on the endorsement. It's clear you're passionate about bringing real change to the state and specifically District Number 6. I want to remind our listeners out there to stay informed, get registered to vote, get to know your candidates. And if candidates, on a federal level, state level, or local level, and specifically here in Alexandria, we have a ton of candidates that are just shying away from media altogether. And it's really disheartening to know that these candidates are not coming out talking about their visions for change. And you said some very important things there, Peter, when you're talking about, being held accountable. It's almost like these guys just want to do business as usual. And I guess, you said something else that was really near to us here in Alexandria, is just look out our doors, left, right, and see the the despair that we're looking at, and correlate that to the candidates who getting out here and coming to talk to us about what their visions are. So again, we want to thank you for being here, and giving your time to our audience to stay engaged, stay empowered. Let's keep this conversation going. I might call you again early in the morning.
That's all right. How about for the next 2 years when I'm in Washington?
I can call you in Washington too. Your number not gonna change on me, huh?
Yeah. No, nothing won't change. I mean, I wouldn't even be in the race if I done lived 67 years and changed for 2 years. Something is wrong with that picture.
I hear you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. No, just to let the viewing audience know, number 24 on your ballot, and I appreciate your prayers and support. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. If you could hang tight there, Brother Williams, I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to end this live stream.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.